Welcome to the Chillin Rooms podcast. We've got something a bit different today. We're out in town. We're going to be talking to people, speaking to people. Little bit of thoughts on cannabis, people's difference of opinions, what they think about medical use, blah, blah, blah. And also get a tour of our boss city. To the city of the Chillin Rooms. This is Market Street. Market Street is the name, man, ladies. If you don't already know, you better get it there. Microfibers contain.
Oh, we ensure you will never. These microfibers will never leave your body once you're inhaled and absorb them. We promise you this. Welcome to Liverpool.
So here we are in Newbird Skate Park. And we're with, what's your name?
Moose.
Moose. Moose.
Moose.
Moose.
Moose.
Moose.
Yeah.
Moose or Moose?
You can call me Moose or Moose.
Moose.
Whatever you want, Moose.
So we're here with Moose. And we're just going to be talking about cannabis. So you've been to Chillin Rooms, haven't you, Moose? You told us.
Yeah, been twice. Been good. Go watch Connor when he's playing music and that.
So you went to Connor?
Yeah, well, know him for a few mates. So
Connor is one of our regulars. If you don't know Connor, you will do soon. But so what do you think about weed, cannabis, the legislation on it? What do you think?
It's daft how it's perceived.
It is.
It is definitely daft how it's perceived. Not to sound all posh, but like, I don't know, it's just like, you can drink alcohol in front of kids and get all violent and angry and all that kind of side of alcohol with the effects and stuff. But you can't smoke a joint and be chilled out. And people just assume you can't do anything when you smoke weed.
Exactly.
They assume that you just instantly just like, which I understand the concept of where they're getting it from and that, but for people who really smoke weed, that's the people who are active, you know, the people who actually, if you're smoking it for the reason it's given, it comes from the ground, you know what I mean? It's naturally grown.
And do you know what?
It can't be taxed, hence why it can't be illegal.
Well, look at how they used hemp and that back in the day, like the walls and things
all
like
medicinal, like,
there's no crime in cannabis, but the decriminalisation of cannabis is where the crime is, basically. Yeah.
Well, it's because they can't tax it, so they can't make any money on it.
That's exactly.
But then the biggest weed farm, who was that owned by? Margaret Thatcher's husband, was it? Theresa May, sorry, yeah, that's the one.
So we were talking about this on the last podcast, and I was actually speaking in the Chillin Rooms to the woman, Janine, and she was part of the team that went into his crops, and it was full of spider mites, and he was sending them off to sick kids in Australia. It's CBD weed, but it was full of spider mites, she said. It was ruthless. We're going to get it on and tell the story. We keep saying this because we keep talking about this. Everyone in the podcast brings up to me his husband. Yeah.
Well, it is a big thing, isn't it? It's like, people are unaware of this information. Like the Scottish Yard through COVID were selling the drugs that they taken back to MPs and politicians and such, and that was leaked. And little things like that, you know, so it's not just the lower class that take these drugs, you know, it's the higher power and such, and it's just like,
because they try and lower class weed smokers, don't they? Like, I'm medical, but I have my medical cannabis taken off me anyway.
Right.
So, and their thing was, we don't need an online prescription, we could do with a letter from your GP, basically. So they took me weed. But, and that just goes to show, like, the lack of training within the police as well, within the police forces. And then people like us who've got, like, ADHD, anxiety and things, we're not going to want to go in a police station with letters from the GP to get our weed back. Like, traumatised just have come and took it off us. Like, we feel like a criminal around here.
It was bad enough that you got took off you in the first place. You don't need to be going and begging for it back. That's how it is, isn't it?
Well, as I said to them,
if they're willing to give you it back for a letter, then why would they take it off you in the first place? Like, it just doesn't coincide.
It's more show of authority, isn't it?
100%, yeah, it's power, isn't it? It's power.
It is. It's show of authority. Like, no one else can have it, you can't have it either, kind of thing. And the lack of training as well. So, have you ever met Gary?
I've met him once, just once. I've been to the Chillin Rooms twice. Met him once. Didn't know it was like he was the guy, but yeah, I'd first heard of it like say for a few mates and stuff. I've rode past it loads of times, but I just didn't realise it was there because it's like just nicely tucked away.
It's a hidden gem.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, but it's cosy in there, but you're just like, I'm just not an inside smoker as such, so you get a bit boxed in.
Yeah, you get hotboxed.
Yeah, literally hotboxed.
All the vapor.
I had one joint, I felt like I'd have four on the street and that, do you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, and you could tell.
Steve there, so
Weevil,
he's been playing in the Chillin Rooms since the day it opened its doors.
Is it?
Literally, if you watch the podcast, he's on the second episode.
The music is massively influenced through like the smoking and such, and the vibe it gives, the energy.
Well, that's it. We have Connor, we have Steve, the bands we have. Have you ever heard of Indigo Child as well?
I have, yeah.
They come in and...
I've only heard of them, though.
Have you ever heard of the Undertakers? They're like quite old.
I think I've heard of the Undertakers
with
also.
The saxophone, he's like 87, is he? 57?
Yeah, I think I have heard of the Undertakers. Maybe on a poster I've seen it or something. I'm not too sure. But
they was really popular back in the day, and they play in the Chillin Rooms as well. Well, they did. But yeah, we're going to get some footage here anyway if you want.
Yeah,
I'll
have a little play on the bike.
We took too long to set the camera up.
Oh, they'll be daft. It's alright, man. I'm just happy.
But yeah, we'll get some footage here on your bike. But it's nice you're being the Chillin Rooms as well. It's a small world.
Yeah.
The lava bird's history in Liverpool dates back to at least 1207 when King John used it on the city's seal to differentiate it from the other boroughs. While often associated with the cormorant, the lava bird is actually a mythical creature, similar to a griffin or a phoenix with its own unique folklore. The most iconic representation of the lava bird can be found on the Royal Lava Building, where two larger copper statues of the bird stand atop the clock towers. Local legends say the birds are a male and female pair. We call them Bella and Bertie, with Bella facing the sea to protect returning toilers and Bertie watching over the sea. The lava bird is a common sight throughout Liverpool, appearing on everything from the Liverpool Football Club crest to the Liverpool City Council logo. It's important to remember that the lava bird is a mythical creature and not a real bird from nature, but still very symbolic to Liverpool. Liverpool is also home to the Beatles, where we have John, Paul, Ringo and George. They last played here in the Empire Theatre in the 5th of December 65. This was created by artist Andy Edwards in December 2015, made of bronze and stands here today for the history of the Beatles.
So here we are, Clark. We got Ringo, we also got Billy Shears. Billy Shears played Paul McCartney after the past 1965. Billy Shears was a great replica for Paul McCartney. He sung the tunes that Paul dreamed of writing, and nobody noticed, and the band carried on. Welcome to Liverpool.
Welcome to Paris, 1940.
Hey, it's like being in the old school, this, isn't it?
Weird, isn't it? This is part of Liverpool that no one hardly ever sees. And it's, I think it cost about 70 quid for a brekkie. It's that posh. We're not welcome here.
But if you think about it, years ago, before like all the roads and everything were built, this was what cities actually looked like. It was like cobbles, nice small little tight areas.
Nice and quaint.
Nice and quaint.
The light.
Petite.
Still using gas. And it's just a little part of Liverpool, like a little travel back in time that people don't see. And look, we're even locked in now because the timekeepers have said we can't get out this way.
We're locked in a capsule. We're captured in the time capsule.
We've got to come back and get out.
Have we got to go out?
The first time Gary Yards was nicked, right, and he went to jail. There's a guy called George Williams who was our manager, and he brought Gary for a brekkie here. And it was like, last meal you ever have, Gary. Enjoy! But Gary was eating this thing, I'd rather have fucking cornflakes. There's my farm.
Sick that.
Going on. Never been down here.
Oof. Now we are in a hidden gem.
This is it.
We're the underground tunnels of Liverpool here, people.
Penny group.
You don't know, you don't
Where
know.
are we? It's weird, isn't it?
We're in a time capsule, people. We've entered the Liverpool port.
Posh little place for the joint.
Oh. Why have we just done that?
Whoa! Get a sense of history.
Whoa, I've just had deja vu.
In 1990, where the council got about 100 grand funding, £100,000, and we couldn't decide on the arts and culture, but we invested it into a seagull at the top of a spike. It represents Liverpool so much.
What a piece of shit.
What well spent.
There's a stone here on the floor, and many years ago, when sailors were coming in, and there was loads of criminals. There was different laws in the city, and if you got to this point in the city, the people on the docks apparently, or the guys chasing you, couldn't continue and pursue you after this point. And here is one of the markings just on the floor here. But this is the actual stone. I don't know whether it's hundreds of years old, but the stone actually comes from. This isn't my words, but it comes from volcanic rock. Travelled down the Mersey in an iceberg and ended up in Liverpool. And they used this rock to mark the place where if you was coming off the ships and you was a criminal and you was wanted and chased through robbing other boats and being whatever you've done, being a fucking gangster back in the time, if you made it to here, boom!
You're in.
You're fucking in, free.
Like crossing the border.
And that's it, cross the border. And it weren't just this one, there was loads off the ground, the circumference, but they're all buried, and this is the last one.
That's visual.
It looks like tarmac with a tyre track drove over it, so
sick, that.
it doesn't look so impressive. But it's a real bit of history, apparently.
What's history, that? Love that, Steve.
Let's run from the docks!
Run! Liverpool is home to On the Waterfront. If you look round, they're preparing now. This weekend it's coming, so if you're in Liverpool, make sure you get to the waterfront. 21st, 22nd of June. So here we are at Turkish barbecue street food with...
Serkan.
Serkan. So if you come down here, you get the best kebab, the best chicken, like he always... And if you're floating past, like you've just done a lovely meal, didn't you?
Yeah.
He is absolutely legend, the food is unmatched. So get yourself down to the dock to meet
Serkan.
And get yourself some meat. I'd like to say thank you to Turkish Barbecue Street Barbecue for our food. My guy looked after us. Thank you, take care, see you later.
Microfibers of the finest.
What do the microfibers contain?
Oh, we assure you will never. These microfibers will never leave your body once you've inhaled and absorbed them. We promise you this. Welcome to Liverpool.
Matthew Street, a hotspot famous for its vibrant nightlife and historic connection to the Beatles, home to the Cavern Club where the Beatles played in their early careers. Also features the Beatles Museum on Matthew Street. It contains memorabilia of the likes of Cilla Black, the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, making it an iconic Liverpool street and one to visit if you're ever in Liverpool.
So, Marky. So you listen back to this later. We know what you was to. There he is now. Where is he? Out of breath. What's so out of breath he is? We know what you was doing. Down the infamous streets of Matthew Street.